YouTube's Wolf World Development, and this is my 238th weekly update. Let's see. This week started off really rough. For a few reasons, as some of them were slightly out of my control. I guess everything's really in my control, but I made some decisions that forced Monday especially to be a very rough day. I, as you know, went to see Miami's Baddest Man this previous weekend, and as always, it was a great show. Mike Della Papa puts on an amazing strongman show, the best strongman show in Miami, without a doubt. I think it might be the only one, but he doesn't just win by default. If anybody else popped up, I don't think they could do it nearly as well as Mike and his crew down there from the Battle Axe. Every year seems to get better and better, and I applaud him and look forward to next year, where I will be hopefully tossing my hat in the ring, assuming everything gets better with my life and my training. Part of that is driving for 8 hours on the weekend. Friday night, I got a total of about 4 hours and maybe 50 minutes of sleep. Part of that was in my control, part of it was... No, it was all in my control. I stayed up because I had work to do. I got home a little later from the gym than I wanted to. And I had work to do, basically making these videos. And my 2 video for that week. So it was, but I had to get up early, to leave early, to get to the comp. Just about when it started, I still ended up getting there around 10:15. My girlfriend and I got there around 10:15 maybe. So we were about 15 minutes late from comp start, which was, I normally like to get there really early and chit-chat with the athletes and, meet up and catch up with people I haven't seen in a very long time usually. Because especially down there, a lot of people, people come from all over the state and sometimes all over the country, but especially I don't make it down there very often, so there's people there that I don't get to see except at certain competitions. And so that was, it was still really nice. And then I wanted to get home Sunday with a good bit of time, and I ended up staying up really late Saturday night after the comp was over and, spending time with my gym fam down there, who I went to go support. And it was just an exhausting day, with a 5-ish hours of sleep. And I wanted to get home on Sunday at a decent time, so I again forced getting up early, and again only got about 4 plus or minus hours of sleep. So now we're talking about 9 hours between 2 days, candle at both end kind of thing. And I meant to get a nap in on Sunday sometime during the day, and it just sort of never came about. I felt okay because I wasn't doing a lot. And then all of a sudden, it was WrestleMania time, and I wasn't about to skip out on that because I have the network for only $9.99 a month. And I like to get my money's worth by watching basically every pay-per-view, which I get my money's back, no questions asked. After 2 or 3 pay-per-views, I've already got my money back. And I ended up staying up really late to watch most of WrestleMania. I actually stopped before the 2 last matches. I'm kind of glad I did because they weren't very good. Started out awesome, I thought. I was very surprised the way a lot of those matches went down. And very pleased with how a lot of the performances went. Pretty big into wrestling here and there. I'm not that big. I'm a casual observer who enjoys the profession. Let's just put it that way. So I stayed up late that day too, and I think I ended up getting about 6 hours of sleep that night, maybe 5.5. So over the course of 3 days, I got, less than 18 hours of sleep. And Monday was just terrible. It was a terrible, terrible day for me. It was a very busy day at work. I didn't have a chance to grab a nap at any point during the day either, and which I don't even know if that would have helped, but it might have. You never know. And boy, it was rough. And training was rough. Training felt bad. Everything felt stiff. Everything didn't want to move right. If you watch my V Week Up video, it was rough. I think I ended up doing 245, which, normally I should be doing basically whatever I did for fives the previous week, that kind of thing. But it just, that dog would not. Tuesday, I started feeling a little bit better. I ended up getting up to a strict press of 145 for a bunch of singles. Deload week, thank God. If it was a rep week, I probably would have, it would have changed. I wouldn't have been able to do it, but 145, and it felt real good. Felt just how it needed to feel. And then super happy and pleased with how performance went tonight on the deadlift. I was actually doing singles at 315 beltless and strapless. I felt relatively strong. They moved smoothly. Form stayed very good. It's almost like I've relearned how to flex my lower back again, and that has sort of changed the game once again on everything, and I'm sort of doubled down on my rehab programming, which that video is coming soon, my back and how I'm fixing it, what happened, yada, 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 yada. All that being said, once again, special thank you to Mike Del Pava down at the Battle Axe Gym, where strength is everything. Big shout outs to one of my training partners and the man who owns the gym that I train at, Dave Monson, and his now fiance, Leslie, who did awesome. She was competing in a very, very stacked and very competitive open class for the first time in an open class, and she held her own very well. Very respectable performance. As always, there's work to do, but she did great. And shout outs to my girlfriend for dealing with my shit all weekend, for being a good rad and partner all the way down there and back up, and not complaining. Nowhere, and if she did, it was nowhere near to the level that I complained, which was very minimal since I was mostly just quiet, trying to focus on staying awake most days this weekend. But I'm excited for this weekend. Nothing's going on for me. The Europa is happening, but I recently found out that the strongman competition that normally happens at the Europa has been canceled this year. And, not to sound rude, but I have really nothing to go there for then. I mean, yeah, there's tons of supplements and stuff to go pick up, but I don't know. I'd rather shoot some videos and edit together some other videos I have laying around for the channel than do that on a Saturday. Spend $20 and go around collecting $50 in supplements. Yeah, I'd rather just stay home and work on this or that. And then I felt like there was something else I was going with this, but I can't remember it, so I guess it's not that important. All that being said, stay consistent, get stronger. Everybody in the world can get stronger. You may not be able to get faster, you may not be able to jump higher within reason. But every single human being is capable of getting stronger. And the beauty is you don't really know how strong you can get until you die. So you got potentially a long time to keep going and going and going and chasing strength. So that's why I recommend everybody does that. Even though there's ups, there's downs. I'm having an up right now, and I'm enjoying it as much as I possibly can, because I know I will be down and low again. Could even be pretty soon. That's just the way it works. That's the beauty of it, and you just got to get used to it. And if you're not used to it, you can't accept that, then what's your excuse?